Okay, hello everybody. My name is Peter and welcome to this new stream. I'm always super awkward when I start this. I never know what to say, but I'm happy to see that some of you are already in here and that you might be interested in what we are gonna do tonight. So, what are we gonna do tonight? Good question. Tonight we're gonna make low poly, retro styled, PS1 graphics styled game assets that will be released in Miziziziz new project, which is a collaborative project to collect a number of PS1 styled assets for game devs to use for free. Hello, Communist Doggo. I kind of have the same style as your profile picture with a hat, kind of. And nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. So, the plan for tonight is simple. I'm sorry for that noise. Hello Khalid, I just saw the chat. I kinda planned some models we can make here. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, any models you wanna see made, simple beware, they must be simple. And you can tell me in the chat. Now we're going and plan the whole thing. Then I'll just open Blender and Photoshop and take care of both the 3D aspect and the texture aspect. I'm not a huge texturer. I never do much texture work. I usually go for triplanar mapping over flat colors. So that's sort of new for me, but this is also why I'm doing it. Thank you for... The head is very, very comfy and also pretty warm. Hey there, Richard. Good evening to you. And hello, Lego Eugen. I hope that was the correct pronunciation. So let's start. Let me change the scene here. I've just opened, okay. I just opened a Google Docs that I just created, and here I'm just gonna plan what I wanna do tonight. So, oh wait, let me keep this kind of wide. Perhaps you might enjoy if I make this a little bit wider. Okay. Sophia asks a very good question. This ad is actually very limited edition because it's here. It comes from the Sochi Winter Olympics from 2014, and I was gifted this by a very good friend a few years ago. It's not 60 FPS, it's 30 FPS. My internet is kind of bad today, so I'm keeping it very, very low profile here. So, the models I was thinking of doing are some barrels. Then we can do like some flowers and vegetation. Flowers, grass, or yeah, let's write some flowers and grass. And I don't know how to make dark mode for Google Docs, unfortunately. I'm not sure Google Docs has a dark mode because Chrome is actually in dark mode. I'm sorry about that. Then I was thinking some rocks, just to keep it simple, but also some animals like birds, rats, something like that. If you have any suggestion, any model you think could fit the style, let me go to Twitter and see what already is in the project. Miziziziz as linked, yeah, here. This is the repo on GitHub. Could use sci-fi stuff, rigged characters. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any major rigging. nature, animals. Yeah, we're gonna do some animals, I think. And we already have pine trees and rocks, a mailbox, radio, traffic cone, rotary phone. We have brick building, concrete building, road, sidewalk. Yeah, I think that the models I said are kind of fitting the whole overall needs. You raise a good point, communist doggo, but I think I'm gonna need this in the future in case I ever want to make a game jam. We can also make a game jam, a channel game jam with the assets we make today. Could be a nice idea. But yeah, The Last Day of Summer uses a bit higher resolution models and graphics, so I don't think this will be very useful for the project itself, but overall having these in the backlog might be actually useful for the future. If you see me looking this side, it's because I have a screen here while I'm working on the screen directly in front of me. Okay, I'll start with some barrels and some flowers because I know how to do this. Like barrels, I made a ton, and flowers, the game is actually full of flowers, so yeah. And then we'll go to birds and rats that I kinda have already planned in my head. So we'll see about that. Okay, let's start and fire up Blender. And I think I will have to change to full screen now. 3, 2, 1, change. Okay, perfect. Let me lower the Google Chrome window and let me go full screen with Blender. It looks like everything is alright now. Before I start, let me post on Twitter that we are actually live. And let me also get a link to this, just because I might need it. Great. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we want to do here is delete the default cube, the camera, and the light, because we're not gonna need those. And let's go and add a new cylinder. Okay, we're keeping everything fairly low poly, so I'm gonna reduce the vertices of our cylinder to, I think, somewhere around 6 for now. Could be a good number. And yeah, I think that this for now is already good. You say if you want docs in dark mode or Chrome install Dark Reader. Okay, I'm not gonna do that now. Sorry, Khalid, but that's for another time. Let's keep to the low poly models. What I think we could do is, for starters, this could already be a barrel. Like, I have not seen many many barrels in my life, but I don't think there is much more to them than like a cylinder shape. What we wanna... Hey there, Griffinbergs! We're actually making a barrel, yeah! So this is the base barrel, and then we're gonna add detail with the with the texture. Good idea, good call for the explosive one. We're gonna have fun making the texture. And I want to make 2 base models for the barrel, because one can be like a full body, like not hollow. And then we can make... Wait, I made a mistake actually. And then we can make a second barrel that has some sort of opening so we can see inside. Not too much. We are keeping this low poly and very retro. So in the PS1 era, the graphics card, the graphic processor was not as powerful as it is today. So everything needed to be pretty stylized and low resolution. Yeah, I was thinking more of a yellow triangle with an exclamation mark in the middle. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about them at the moment. But what will be fun is making the textures. I see. So give me just 1 second that I'm checking on my phone if anything is working. Okay, I think we should be back. Let me get back to full screen. Okay, sorry everybody for that. My internet today is kind of sucky, so yeah, we'll have to deal with that. Let's just go back to where we were. We were in Blender and we're making barrels. We have the full barrel that we're gonna add details to with textures, and we have a no cap barrel where we can see inside. What I was thinking of doing is having a single texture sheet of a single color with that's gonna hold both the full barrel texture and this one that are basically just gonna differ by the top. So let's go to Google Chrome. Hey, over there, 6-Day Studio, welcome to this web stream. No, I do not have a wife yet, so yeah, that's definitely my wife. Welcome to the stream. I'm here on Miziziziz's profile because he linked a texture.com website that's gonna load in a minute, and we're gonna get some metal, let's say some metallic textures. As you can see, the Wi-Fi is really bad at the moment. I'm wondering if I have to register for this or not. Let's look for the library. Metal. Something like metal. And we can look for rusted. I think rusted might be something that we might use. This could be a good texture, so let's open it in a new tab and keep scrolling. This might be a good texture for a barrel too. And let me see, this could be a good texture, and this could be a good texture for a barrel. And this, okay, I think I like this because it's very, very worn out. So I'm opening this. I think I can download this for free. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I have to log in to download this. So we're creating an account over there on this side. I'm just gonna register, so don't mind me. What about the brick one? Wait, let me get done with the registration here. And let's go back to the brick one. I didn't see a brick texture, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I saw any, and it's gonna be useful for the barrels, but we can use them later for any other matches. We can do a pile of bricks. That could be a good idea. Thank you, Griffin Bricks. Apparently, I was already registered on this side. Yeah. Okay, let me go back to full screen now. Perfect. So what we're gonna do now is go back to the same texture that I saw. I didn't see any brick. Oh, this looks like a brick texture maybe. This is actually even better. This is actually a barrel. I think that if you meant this one, this could actually be better for us at the moment. But the thing is, I like this one better. Oh. Okay, this is texture heaven. This is definitely a good call because this really looks like a barrel. Hello, Links of Beauty, Links of Undine 477. Welcome to the stream. We are making a barrel, low poly, low res barrel. I think that we can actually probably download this. We can probably blend this together to make a rusty texture that has all the detail that we need. Now let's create a new, and let's say 128. Let's start with 2000 by 2000 to have space for everything. And let's import in Photoshop the textures that we. Okay, 1 and 2. Yeah, it's definitely a rusty barrel. Hey, Scaffolds, how you doing? We're exactly making a rusty barrel, so I think this is perfect. So thank you, Griffin, for suggesting that. Yeah, I'm definitely making the... We can make both, and we can make a reddish one for the explosive fire explosion one, and then some green or yellowish one for the nuclear thing. I think that's a good call. What I'm wondering about now is that we don't need both sheets, so I think I'm just gonna cut this off. Also, we're playing with very low poly models, so I think we're kind of set. Let me convert to smart object. Okay, let me scale this down because I made a mistake actually. Let's go to 128 with 128 pixels. Proceed. And this is gonna be the base of our barrel. Great. Then what I was thinking is we might have this on the top. Let me rotate this. With the more rusty and worn out part towards the top where the liquid is poured in. And we can like put it like here, what I can do is add a hue and saturation layer and bring down the saturation, and then we can, let me see, nothing that preserves the color. Oh yeah, okay, you see what I'm doing. Something that makes it look very, very old and corroded, perhaps. I think we can work with this. I think we can work with something like this. It's perhaps a bit too opaque. I'm not sure. What do you think? Yeah, I think it looks better, but I'm not sure. For the moment. Hey, Thomas! Welcome to the stream, to you too. He's one of the few Italian fans of the channel. Nice to have you here. And I see we are in 10. That's a good number. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is WhatsApp. I didn't need to open WhatsApp, but what I can start and do now is save this. It's save this. Like we can save this to the desktop, I think, as a PNG. Barrel 1. And then we can go to Blender. Let's focus on barrel, no cap. Let's open. Barrel closed. Let's focus on the closed barrel first. So let's go to the shading panel, where you can see we got some very, very good looking white cylinder. Create a new material, barrel default, and then we're gonna go to the desktop, if I can even see it, and drag the texture in. You're a fan too? Hey there, Khalid. I know you're a fan. You are a great supporter, and I really appreciate everything you put into the channel and the Discord server. By the way, if any of you is not into the Discord server yet, you find a link to join it in the description, and we are very happy if you join, if you happen to join. Thank you, Griffin. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I agree, Scaffolds. If it looks like it's leaking, if I can convey that idea, that feeling with the low res texture, I think we are doing a good job. I also think that we need to interpolate with the nearest neighbor, the point filtering algorithm, or linear. Perhaps linear is more NES, more blurry NES-ish. And go to this. I think this is right. Welcome to the Discord server, Dan Griffin. Happy to have you there too. And yeah, let's start with the unwrap. Oh, it's already unwrapped. This is the good news. Let's move these faces out of the way, and let's see if this is already enough. So what I do usually is take every face that I want to have of one color and just put it into a palette. But we're not using palettes here, we're using proper textures. Thank you for saying the word lead, because I've been saying cap all stream while I wanted to say lid. So here in this space, I'm gonna have the lid texture, and probably we're gonna shrink this a little bit to have more space for the lid texture, both the top lid and the bottom of the barrel. So we're gonna have like a metal ring, a grayish ring around the top of it, and yeah, that's gonna also move to this barrel, and then we're gonna have, like, I think full metal texture on the bottom. So let's scale this down, and let's scale this up on the y-axis, and let's scale this up on the x-axis. Okay, so this looks very stretched, and this is not what we want. Why does this look stretched? Because they are very... I think we're missing some contrast on the lines. Let's try and get rid of the overlay. And let's also try to add some contrast to the scene, to the texture. Desktop, barrel 1, replace, and then Alt and R. What are you saying? Yeah, I'm big brain and high Q at home. I mean, I'm streaming with a polar bear hat or cap on my head, so yeah, that should be indicative of, of the situation here. Okay, so this actually looks kind of good, I think. They're still a little bit stretched, but what we can do is actually take this and shrink it a little bit on that axis. Also, I think I'm gonna I think that I am going to remove some from here because we do not need the whole thing. Let's keep it like this for the moment. Export, barrel 1. And now we can take the whole thing. Okay, no, I did something wrong probably. I want it larger and less. Okay, yeah, I do agree that the contrast makes it look better, but I am not convinced with what I'm doing now. Instead, let me take some of this space away. I don't think being this low res that we actually need all of this. So let me rasterize the layer. I think that someone left like and then moved to something else. Maybe they were busy and could not attend the stream. But everyone here, both the likes, the viewers, the comments, the chat, I really appreciate the support that everybody here is showing. So thank you very much, everybody. Okay, now this is kind of squarish. Let's try and export this again. Replace. Okay, I think we are on the right track here. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. If I do say so myself, this is looking pretty good. we could probably use a little bit more, even more contrast on the metal rings here. But I'll wait and let you tell me what you think about that. We obviously need to fix the lid and the bottom of it, but yeah, I think this is going pretty good. Oh, I know what you... It's a barrel. Thomas, I'm gonna answer in English if you... I'm gonna answer in Italian and in English. Quindi è un barile, poi facciamo quello esplosivo e facciamo anche quello tipo dell'acido. And now I'm gonna reply in English. This is a barrel, and for the moment it's just a regular barrel. Then we're gonna do a reddish one that is more, I think, more explosive in the common imaginary, and also a toxic one. Okay, I think that for the bottom of it, we don't really need too much detail. We can put it like down here. And I think this is actually good enough. If I can make it sort of... No, this is shaded. Yeah, I think this is good. And for the bottom, for the top... Wait, I'm making pancakes. Ooh, that's nice. I'm happy to be the background to your pancakes. Thank you, Griffin. The only reason I have not thought about making... Well, I thought, but I have not made a Patreon yet is because I would need to be kind of consistent with my uploads, and at the moment with university and other projects I cannot be consistent, so I cannot guarantee to someone that is willing to pay to support me that I can actually give back in a consistent way, and I think that would be necessary for me to guarantee, at least if I wanted to start a Patreon. Like, it's correct. It's only right that if people are gonna pay to support me, that at least I guarantee some consistency in my uploads. I'm wasting a lot of space here on the UVs, so what I'm probably gonna do... This will be saved to YouTube. Thank you, Thomas. More than showing off is that I sometimes find myself speaking Italian but with English words, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that actually translates as a concept, but I try to live translate what I am thinking in English without actually going through my knowledge of the language. And yeah, that's kind of weird. Last night when I streamed, it was not last night, but I think it was 2 days ago. That was pretty awkward. Hey there, near Snape. This will be saved to YouTube. I think I'm pretty sure. I've not said it is unlisted, so it should stay on the channel. Thank you for sticking by, and have a good day, have a good night, have a good time. Have a good night, Khalid. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm probably stripping this video down to make a video about it next. And I'm probably streaming someday next week too, always for this project. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, what I want to do now is go to Chrome. Where is Chrome? Google Chrome. And let's see if we can find like a gray circle. Well, I do not need a gray circle. I need shape polygon tool, size 6. And I think this should be enough. This should be enough. Let's make it Okay, now I need to find no fill, and the stroke is gonna be grayscale. I think we're gonna make a couple of these layers. Sorry, my voice is kind of letting us go now, and I'm making more concentric. I think concentric translates to English. Rings, slightly, the inner one slightly darker, as we might have in some rim light around the top. Oh, thank you. I'm also glad that I'm the only game dev streaming right now, because that actually helps me with the numbers. And so let's save this again. Let's go to Blender, boom. And now let's take this and let's scale this down. I'm not sure how this looks. What do you think? No, it's not the best. It's surely not the best. I think I can align the vertices with the actual shape. Oh yeah, I should probably add some detail in the middle of it. You know what I'm gonna do is go on textures, barrel. Perhaps we're finding a top of a barrel. Yeah, I think this is what I should have done since the beginning. And I'm probably taking one of these. If I can find a reddish one. Oh, this is good. I think this is pretty good. I saw that you've been streaming a lot lately, and that's actually, I'm not talking with Richard now, that's actually what inspired me to stream tonight, because I was not planning on doing that, but seeing you so motivated, so active on the stream, actually got me into doing it tonight. So thank you for that. Okay, let's and Griffin, what is Griffin saying? Yeah, there are a lot of game devs. Sometimes I'm finding myself thinking that if I had started this a few years back, when I actually started doing game dev for myself, it would have been totally different. But yeah, I'm not minding it. It's cool because at least we have a community now to share our passion with. Okay, so this is not looking as good as I thought it would have. Are there a separate texture for the lead? I see what you mean. I'm not sure that's the best way to go for it, because the problem with that is, yeah, I'm doing the separate texture now, but it's not really in the retro style of things, because since video memory was very limited, at least from compared to what we have now, I should go with pencil. At least compared to what we have now, having two textures for a single prop, like this is a prop at the end, so yeah, was a bit too much, I think. This is gonna suck bad. Yeah, it did not change at all. It really did not change at all. I don't think I know good geese. I will check them out later. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Hey there, TNT. Peace upon you too. And then, hey, Hafix. I hope I'm pronouncing your names correctly. TNT sounds a little bit easier to pronounce. But yeah, welcome to the stream. This sucks bad. This sucks bad. I didn't anticipate the top of an hexagonal cylinder to be this hard to texture. I should probably... You know what? I'm keeping the top like this for now. I'm not doing the open barrel because this is gonna be pretty hard. But instead of the open barrel, I'm gonna do as Griffin suggested, an explosive barrel. Okay, for the moment we're keeping the top like this. It sucks, I know, but we need to make a couple more assets before we can be picky about what we do. For some reason I thought when I started streaming, oh yeah, I'm gonna do 100 of these assets. Well, if 6 to 8K, it's pretty small. I don't know what 1.2. I'm really happy about my numbers, but yeah, I wouldn't despise having 6 or 8K either. And yeah, so what I was thinking is we could make it a cheesy way or the proper way. You know what? We could do it the proper way. I'm thinking, let me know what you think. I could make those, and both the explosive and the corrosive. I think I call it corrosive, but like the nuclear one. We could like redo the texturing. So let's unwrap the whole cylinder on the top like this, and levitate the top half. It might be an idea. Let me do it with the second barrel. Okay, let's try. Let's get rid of this one. Let's actually take these, unwrap. Perfect. Let's take these. LSX. What I'm gonna do now is change my approach a little bit. As I said, I'm not usually properly texturing. If you want to, I can show you later the process that I go through when I texture for Last Day of Summer. But it's not like this. I'm using color palettes, so it's kind of different, and I don't really care about UVs usually. So what we can do now is simply add this like this, make it smaller like this, file, export, quick export, let's call it barrel_2. Let's go to the shading, let's open barrel 2. No, wait, delete. How can I create a new material? Okay, barrel_2, I don't know. Barrel 2, okay, I think we're doing good. Doing good. I'm increasing the contrast as we did before because we already convened that it's better like this. UV editing. Okay. I think this is already looking kind of better. Perhaps. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me reply to. I don't know what message you're talking about, Griffin. I think I see all your comments, but I'm not sure. Unity Ragdoll, I'm not sure what you mean with Ragdoll. Like, I would love to try it, but I have no idea how that works. I wanted to look for it. Okay, bye Richard, see you later. And I will continue this project on another live stream later. Yeah, I want to make a few assets for this. Also, this will help me get better, so it's probably going to be helpful for me, at least. Okay, so what I am going to do now that we actually have the barrel is I can take, let's say, the center of this and put a sticker on that. So if I want to add the explosive tag, like we said before, I can go and create a triangle. Let's fill it yellow. I'm doing the triangle first, and then I'm going to do the how you call it? the corrosive one, as we said. Thank you, scaffolds. Okay, now let's simply add a small exclamation mark. And I think this can be our export PNG, our explosive barrel. So barrel So if I were to load the barrel explosive texture, why can't I? Oh yeah, of course. Shading, barrel explosive. Let's fit it the explosive barrel tag. Oh yeah, this is a little bit too big, I think. It's kind of like a Triforce from Zelda. I think you're right. I think it's kind of like that. It's more like a piece of Triforce, I think. Oh, you're talking about the nuclear one, right? Let me make it a little bit smaller. Can I merge these two? Rasterize. Have a good one, scaffolds. Thank you for dropping by. I think this is actually good. I think we can add a little drop shadow to this. to make it a little bit more, maybe pop out more from the barrel texture. Yeah, I think this looks kind of good. And we need to work on the top and bottom. So the bottom, I think that simply take this wait. For the bottom, we can simply move this and perhaps use this one, this texture here. Well, before we do that, let's add a new hue. Let me delete all of this. Let's add a new hue layer and make this a little bit more red, because the explosive barrel is red. We all know that. Okay, definitely. This is actually looking like an explosive barrel right now. This is the top. For the bottom, we're scaling this down and putting this here. I think this looks kind of good. This looks okay. Nobody's gonna see this from the bottom. And for the top, we need to go back to our textures.com, and I close the window. Or let's look on Google for barrel top. And after we get a barrel top, we are gonna do the corrosive/nuclear one that you said. Metal barrel top. Oh, this is perfect. I'm just going to pretend this is an SCC0 website and drop this in. I'm just going to act like it's public domain, so don't judge me. I need the nearest neighbor algorithm for scaling down things. I'm going to select the circle. It's about this is about the center of it. I think this looks pretty good. Command J to duplicate. Let's move this down a little bit. And now let's move this here. File, export, quick export as PNG. Let's select right texture. Go back to Blender, reload. Select everything. Get this one. No. Select this one. I think that we can call this a day. I think this actually works as a barrel, and I don't think we can make it any more exact now. I think this is a pretty good job. You are totally right, my dude. Let's just Let's just look at this, but yeah, hexagonal metal barrel top does not provide any good results. But now, radiation symbol. I wrote it bad, but let's go for PNG. Exactly this one. This one is pretty good. Edit load. Okay, I'm importing this. So what I want to do now is hue and saturation. This is my regular barrel. This is my regular barrel. This goes in. And this also goes in. Let me do some naming of all of this. So metal texture, top lid. Also, thank you, Griffin, for reminding me that lid is a word. Triangle, overlay, and exclamation. Now what I'm gonna do is delete all of this and duplicate this. My English is already letting me go. And now I'm bringing this in and making this smaller. Now that this is this size, we're simply selecting. Great, it's already looking good. I think this could do. Perhaps you were thinking about a triangle. Let me know what you think about that. I think this might be good for it. What I want to do though is, hey there Richard, welcome back. What I want to do is change the color a little bit, like bring down the saturation. Now bring down the lightness and bring the saturation like to this point, and also another hue and saturation layer to bring the saturation down on this one a little bit. Let's see how this works. Quick export, barrel, corrosive, material, well, let's also remember to have a regular barrel in the game. Let's bring this down, let's hide this, and this is gonna be our barrel number 2. Barrel default. So this barrel shading, it's gonna use this texture. But I'm also using the wrong UV mapping, so delete, delete. And this barrel second, let's call this barrel corrosive, and let's use this texture instead of that one. Yeah, I think we might have made this. What do you think, guys? I think this kind of looks good. Well, it's not my best work so far, but it's something. I think it's something. I think the barrels are looking pretty good now. Let me get a sip of my Coke. And so I'm saving this and we're uploading this when we're done. Save to the desktop. Oh yeah, these are the models for the last day of summer. Now I'll show you what I do with shading usually. Desktop. Barrels. And let's call this barrel explosive, barrel default, barrel corrosive. And let's also file external data pack all into .blend. Perfect. Now that we made this, I want to try and do a small rat or a small bird. And you will say this is very ambitious of me. If it took me 1 hour to make 3 barrels, how long is it gonna take to make a bird or a rat? But bear with me. Also, before I make it, I want to show you what I mean by I usually use palettes. If I go to the UV editing side of things, you will see that, like, apart from for the human. Wait, okay. No, this is still selected. Okay, yeah, what I mean is that I actually use the gradient palettes, and when I make the models, then I unwrap them on the gradient to have them smoothly transition from one color to another instead of having flat colors. Yeah, and that's why I never actually do the texturing and unwrapping side of things. Okay, now let's create a new file. And what do you say? Are we starting with a small bird or with a small rat? Say one for bird, 2 for rat. And I'm waiting for at least one comment. I think the rat is probably easier. But also the bird. I think we can also look on Chrome for pictures of rats and birds. Like if I try and do a crow. Let's see if we can find any pictures of the front or the side of the crow. You say bird. Okay. 1 vote for bird. And I think the crow is a pretty cool bird model. And we're keeping this very, very low poly, so it's not gonna be too complicated, I think. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, nice. Yeah, I would go for crow. And I would get at least two textures, one for the head that we're gonna mirror. So I'm taking this one that's very high quality. Let me go for another 128 by 128, and let's drag this in. And also, let me get a side view probably, or front view for the. Well, I need a wing. I need a wing to properly texture the wing. That's not this. This is on a weird angle, but this is actually perfect. So let's get the wing and let's isolate the wing. Okay, no. Let's get rid of the blue color. And yeah, we'll see then. Now, what I'm doing before I actually go to the texturing is I'm getting a reference picture here. I'm keeping this on the side, and I'm not going full screen with Blender. I'm simply keeping it like this. So what I want to see is, let's go to the top, let's add a cube, because every good thing in Blender starts with a cube. And let's try and get the base shape of the body modeled. So I usually go wireframe, and let's start with look cut. This is gonna be the neck, so our head is going to attach here. Our body is also going to go down like this, but we want to get some detail maybe. Something like this I think could do. I think the proportion is already pretty good. Then what I want to do is add another cube. And I'm doing this on the wrong axis, sorry, wait a minute. A 3D cursor. I was doing it on the front axis, but I should actually do on the side axis. So what I want to do now is get some of the, I don't know if you call them thighs for birds, but that's what we're modeling now. I'm following now this shape here. We're worrying about rotating the things right later. It's now not our main focus now. We just want to have the pieces of the body sorted. Okay, I think I might even be going too high poly on this, but let's try and make this for the moment. I think this is good enough. Let me quickly separate this because we got some orientation problems. Let's move this on the x-axis. G. Okay, okay, this is looking bad, but we can fix this. Also, why am I worrying about the only piece of the model that is not going to be visible? That's a good question. Thank you for asking. Now let's apply a mirror modifier, and now we have two legs. This is actually progress. Now let's go back to the body. It's perhaps a little too chunky, too large, so we're now making it a bit slimmer and also a bit smaller on this side. I think this is good. Let's select these faces here. Make them a little bit. What is the the opposite of wide? Sorry, it's very late and my English is starting to break. Okay. Progress recap. We made the body of the bird. We made the legs of the bird. Let's get two simple wings done with a cube. Let's separate this. S, X. Okay, let's rotate this a little bit. S, X. Okay, okay, this is looking good. Let's add a mirror modifier to this. Oh wait, apply, object transform, and let's add a mirror modifier to this too. As you can see, now we got two wings. Now to get the tail, sorry for being silent, but I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. To get the tail, we can easily scale this on the z-axis and rotate this. Also, we want to widen it. Ciao Thomas, buona serata. e grazie per essere passato. Yeah. So if I sound weird when I speak Italian, it's because I'm never sure if I should actually speak Italian or not. Let me get, okay, yeah, I think this is pretty good as a tail. And now the hard part, it's the head. Or maybe not, let's see. It's a cube, P, selection. Nope, G. GZ. We're actually going to rotate this along this axis. I'm not sure this looks like a crow. I'm not sure this looks too much like a crow, but what we can do to make it look a bit more like a crow is making the beak larger, and I think also the texturing is gonna do much of the work. And the last thing we're doing for this is adding a small cube that we're adding here. Oh yeah, wait, I got the scaling wrong. 1s on the x-axis. Okay, I think that the crow is actually looking pretty good now. What we can do now is texture it and rig it. So to texture it, I think we can go and join all different parts. Wait. Apply and apply. Crow. Now what I do is go to UV editing, and I am going to do a little cheat. Like the head, I'm going to unwrap it from the side, project from, wait, and before I unwrap it from the side, I'm gonna cut it in half. Project from view, and we're going to like this. Also, I'm going to take this and move it a little bit down. Now with this, what I can do is go to UV, export UV layout to the desktop. Let's make it, yeah, this is alright. Export UV layout. Now let's go to Photoshop. Okay, my Photoshop is here. Let me open the Finder, desktop. They call it crow.png. And let me get this here. Now we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to delete all of this that I don't really need. And I'm going to rotate the head in the direction I want. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I hope this looks good on the model. And also let me duplicate the beak. Let me just take the beak here and add it down here. Let's hide this. Let's export this as a PNG. Crow. Crow text. Let's do it like this. And now let's open Blender. Open desktop crow text. Shading. New material. And let's add a node. Texture, image texture. Crow text, and this is not looking too good, but not too bad either. Give me 1 second. I need to go to the toilet a minute, but I'll be right back. So give me 1 second. And the reason you don't hear my voice is because I forgot to unmute my mic. Thank you for thank you for telling me, actually, because that would have been tragic if I had forgotten. But yeah, what I said is that the problem is that the pixels on the top are kind of stretched. So what we can do here is actually bring this a little bit up. Again, we're not caring too much about about the resolution of the texture, because this is gonna be very low resolution, but at least I don't want to have too much stretching on top of it. Yeah, I think this looks good, or at least good enough. I'm getting another crow picture for the whole body. I think that this picture might also be better for the head, but let's not think too much about that for now. Hey Griffin, thank you for sticking by. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and have a good time. I'm not sure if it's gonna be day or night where you are, but thank you for sticking by. I think I'm using all these shiny feathers that are kind of shiny, like the ones from the head texture, to shade the body. With it being low poly, we're not really too concerned about the proper detail, I think. I might be saying non very wrong thing. I might be saying it something wrong, but you know, I'm not sure I'm actually that wrong with this. You project from view. What I want to do is also get Oh yeah, I often do that, forgetting to unmute the mic. So I really feel like we've all gone through that, Richard. But I gotta say that during your streams, you never actually have major issues with volume and things. Like the first time, your voice was very low, but after that, your setup is actually pretty good. Uh, I think this is actually good. You know what? I might have not gone for the right tactic to project from view, because I didn't really anticipate the whole stretching issue. But I think this is kind of safe now. SZ. I totally get you. The thing is, I keep on touching the settings because I'm not sure what I'm doing to record the audio of the computer, because the first time I did it, I had problems and I did not have the audio from the desktop to the stream. So I created a virtual interface, let's say like that, and now I cannot regulate the volume. Like you can see that my volume here cannot be modified with the keys on the keyboard. Neither can I modify it from here. So the music that you hear in the background comes from a video on YouTube, and I'm never sure what volume I'm using, because if I don't lower the volume on the video, I'm gonna get like ear raped very bad. But also, if it's too low, you're probably not gonna hear it. Wait, did I? Yeah, closest. I think this is looking pretty good, I gotta be honest. It's not the most accurate crowd ever, but I'm not too unsatisfied with it. Yeah, the texturing kind of sucks. I do agree with anyone who were to make that kind of comment. And I don't really know what I'm doing now. But yeah. Yeah, I think the texturing is looking pretty bad, but for a first time, I'm gonna tell myself that it doesn't look too bad. Let me see if I can animate shading, lower the specular in it. I need to get the same hue for both the head and the body. But I think we're almost there. Okay. I need to do something about those legs, but apart from that, we're kind of done. With the crow, at least. It's not the best thing I made ever. I'm not trying to say that. No, I totally need to make this black. It's very far from anything that I can consider even a good work, or at least a quality work. I think it's not too bad. But for the moment, I think it's alright. I don't know what I was thinking when I said I'm gonna make a ton of models. I need to fix the mapping on the bottom of the bird, like some time ago, I saw a crow low poly model on Unity Asset Store, and it was just with a black body and head, and the beak was white. Yeah, so the beak here looks kind of black, actually. I think that the model is not too bad. I think that what looks bad is the actual texturing that I made. But I'm not even sure it looks that bad in a complete environment made with this kind of texturing. I think it might actually look in its place, if you know what I mean. Like, it might not look too much out of place. But the thing I'm more upset about right now is the fact that, is it too complex? Because this is really, really low poly. Like, this is 428 dry. I think it does look PS1 style, thank you. And I think that I managed to kind of fix it. I actually think this is, now that I fixed it, it might lack some detail, maybe some shine in the eye, but I'm not too upset with it or about it. We get these vertices here. Move them up a bit. I think this actually, now this looks pretty good. But what I think, it's probably too complex. So I will rephrase what I said. It's probably, there are some parts, like the legs might be a bit lower poly for an older console, because nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see the detail on the leg. but and yeah, I could optimize some of the geometry like here and here, but I think it's not too high poly. I think it came out pretty well. And what I wanted to do now, and I'm probably, let me see if this is a stupid idea or not. I might actually delete half of the work. Select box. What if I deleted this and then applied a mirror modifier to it? Okay, this looks acceptable. Now what I wanted to do is add a small armature. Viewport display in front. And let's try and rig it in a very simple manner. I think that we can have one bone for the body, one bone for the head, Control right click, no, shift right click, yeah. One bone for the lower beak, one bone for the tail, and one bone for the leg. Oh, and I'm also forgetting about one bone for the wing. Ctrl B, connected, no. So I want to make Ctrl P, keep offset, but I parented the wrong bone. So Ctrl P, keep offset, Ctrl P, keep offset, or and we need one wing for one bone for the wing too. Just one. And this is gonna be keep offset parented to the body. Now I'm going through all the bones and naming them. Body, tail. Okay, so I think that in the PS1 era, not all games had, I don't even know if any games, but surely not all games had rigged meshes. And they probably had sub meshes and moved them via code. But yeah, I'm not gonna implement that. I think that this wing is better. Now what I'm gonna do, wing dot L and leg dot R. Let's go front view. Let's go armature, symmetrize. Now we got the right and leg and leg, and now we can go to the model, select this, keep it, empty groups, and now we're quickly going through the model and selecting this. This goes to the leg L, this goes to the wing L, this goes to the leg R, This goes to the wing R. This goes to the head. This goes to oh, I screwed up the beak. I watched a lot of tutorials from vertices. I actually started with tutorials from vertices. I'm fixing the beak later. Let's parent the beak to the beak, and then what tutorial do you mean exactly, if you are thinking of any tutorial in particular? Body. And this goes to the tail. And I think that apart from the beak that I managed to screw over when I apply the mirror modifier, if I go to pose mode, now this should be looking pretty good. Yeah, you might want to fix this. You might want to have it clip a little bit into the model. I totally confused the both legs, but we're fixing that later. 3 are so let's go back to the model. L, this is leg L, I think. Oh yeah, I totally misnamed the two legs. So leg dot L, leg dot R, leg dot L. Leg dot L, leg dot R. Hey there, Khalid. Welcome back. Oh, not exactly one. I actually started my game dev career a lot. I've been programming since 2015 in a way or another, not like hugely programming, but like I've been leg.r, leg.r, leg.r. But I started with Unity in 2016. I never did too much work on it. Like, it's been a hobby of mine for a while, but I never like did it full time. I think this looks pretty good. The wings are a bit disconnected, but it looks pretty good. Control pose mode. And I actually started with these tutorials. I remember the platformer tutorial where he has a small robot shooting drones with mountains in the background, and I was actually really inspired by that for my first project. Alt R, Alt G. I'm saving this. Crow, rig. Yeah, this is a bird. Hey Khalid, welcome back. This is a bird. This is a crow, in theory. It's not like the best crow that the world has ever seen, I think, unfortunately. But, I mean, it's not even that bad. You gotta give it to me. It's not even that bad. Cavity, let me... It is too shiny. But if I go to material preview, I think this actually looks pretty retro. Let's export an FBX file. Crow.fbx, and let's I don't know what I'm doing. Let's move the 3D cursor out of the way because I want to take a screenshot of it. Layout. Okay, great. And now that we exported this, why Untitled? I told you to save. Oh, this was supposed to be Crow. Now let's open the barrels. Let's move this here. Let's go to the shading. Let's lower the specular and have more roughness. The metallic is going up a bit. And yeah, I think these look pretty good. I'm not adding normal maps or anything. I'm not even sure PS1 had normal maps or this kind of stuff. And let's take a screenshot of these two. File, export, FBX. Save. And the last thing I want to do with this no, I don't need to save this, and I don't need to save this either. The last thing I want to do is actually go to itch and upload this. Low poly, PS1 graphics, PS1 style, game assets. Some free low poly assets for game dev. Game assets, it's downloadable, it's in development. We're gonna add to this. Now I'm gonna open my Finder here. I'm going to compress the barrels and the crow. Well, no, I don't need to compress them. Upload file, barrels.fbx. Upload file crow.fbx. Let me try and import them to make sure everything is working properly. Nope, sorry about that. Did I miswrite some? What do you mean with some? Yeah, it's very little, but my some. what did I write wrong? It's 4 models, but yeah, I'm gonna add to this. It's both the crow and the barrels. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm a bit confused right now. Oh yeah, I need to open the crowd, file, external data, and pack all into that blend. And export the FBX again. Export FBX. Don't save. Everything is free. Everything is free. Change display name. 3 barrels. Barrels. Regular. Explosive. Barrels. Let's just call it barrels. And change this to crow. Rigged crow. Let's add upload cover image, and I'm simply uploading the screenshot I posted on Twitter. Then let's add some screenshots, and I'm adding the last 2 screenshots. And I think that for now, everything is pretty public. Save and view page. What do I need to do to make it public? Okay, public. Save, view page. And I think we're almost done for today. I've been streaming for 2 hours straight now. And yeah, it's 11 p.m. here, so I will need to go to sleep too soon. Didn't I open? Okay, yeah, perfect. This is what I wanted. Am I logged in? Yeah. Issues. New issue. And a rigged crow. Okay, sorry for being silent. I was writing submit new issue. And with that, I would say that we're kind of done today. Bye, Richard. I'm actually ending this because I'm really tired. I think I got less done than I actually thought I would. But at the same time, I actually learned something today. I got some experience with the whole texturing aspect of things. I need to learn how to properly unwrap models. The project from view works very well with flat shading, with flat palette shading and gradients, but not with textures. So I need to improve on that, and we're doing that next week. I think that Friday 9 p.m. Italian time, so Friday 10 p.m. 8 p.m. UTC is gonna be our regular appointment, but I'm not sure about that day. I will communicate that through community posts. And buonanotte. Thank you, thank you, Communist Dago, for the good night, and thanks to everybody who actually entered the stream and stayed with us. Buonanotte, Orso Polar. Oh yeah, polar bear. This is so cute. I hope your your pancakes were good, because I suppose you you finished them and also ate them, because if it takes you 2 hours to make pancakes, I think those would be very crispy pancakes. But yeah, thank you for sticking by, thank you for the feedback, thank you for keeping me company during the making of this project. As you can hear, my English, my voice, my thinking is also getting mixed up right now. So thank you for sticking by. Good night, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And let me do the cheeky video outro. I've been Peter. You've been amazing. And in case you decide to stick around, see you next time. And now, let's get to stream ended. Oh, I cannot do this. Transition. This is so awkward. Bye.